Okay, so in our last class, we have discussed about the structural analysis and different mode of fragmentation in the mass spectrometry. Now, by applying this different mode of fragmentation, today we will discuss about the fragmentation pattern of different functional groups. So, starting from the simple one, that is the from the alkane, then alkene, then alkyne. That means simple for the hydrocarbons. So, fragmentation of hydrocarbons. First one is the alkane. Now, one thing you have to keep in mind that in the mass spectrometry, when you are discussing the fragmentation, there are lots of mode of fragmentation possible from a single system. That's why you are getting lots of line spectra in the mass spectrometry. So, here in the case of the alkane, generally first we consider the open system or the straight chain alkane as well as the branched system. Then I will discuss about the cycloalkane system. So, in case of the alkane, the main guiding factor of the fragmentation is the formation of the stable carbocation. So, that is the important parameter in the cycloalkane in the alkane system, that in which path the fragmentation that can form the stable carbocation. So, that will be the strong peak or that may be the base peak. Now, generally we know the stability order of the carbocation is CH3, this is the least one, this is less stable than RCH2, this is the primary carbocation, then R2CH plus secondary, then R3C plus, that is the tertiary carbocation, then CH2 double bond CH, that is the allyl carbocation, then the alkynyl carbocation, and finally you know the benzyl carbocation. So, this is the stability order of the carbocation. So, in the fragmentation of the alkane, we mainly consider the stability of the carbocation in the fragmentation step. So, now just starting from the specific examples, in case of the straight chain system, for the straight chain alkane, generally for the straight chain alkane, you will get the molecular ion peak in the mass spectra, and after fragmentation, the fragmented ion whatever you will get, the difference between that fragmented ion will be the 14 mass unit. So, that means by showing the example you can understand that this will be the mass difference between the fragmented ion. Sorry. So, a specific example like butane, N-butane. So, generally we know this is the structure of the N-butane. Now, if I do the numbering, say 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, how the fragmentation or which will be the strong peak or which may be the base peak here, you can predict by the stability of the formation of the carbocation as well as the radical. Now, we can think that here this is one fragmented pathway or fragmentation pathway, and this is another fragmentation pathway. Now, if it is follow the pathway 1, and here you know after electron bombardment it will generate the molecular ion peak. So, radical cation will be there. Then by this path 1 we can think that this is the CH3, CH2 CH2 plus CH3 dot. This is one fragmented ion. Or by path 1 you can think that CH3 CH2 CH2 dot plus CH3 plus. So here you can see in between these two pathway or two possibilities, this is the favorable one because this is the methyl cation and this is the 1 degree, that is the propyl cation. So in between these two cation, this is the most stable. So here the M by Z ratio of this fragment is 43 and here the M by Z ratio is 15. You know the radical is the mass inactive, so you will not get any spectral line with respect to this radical. Now the second pathway, if the fragmentation proceed via the second pathway, in this case you will get CH3 CH2 plus CH2 CH3 dot. So basically this is the only one possibility, is that one ethyl and radical as well as one ethyl cation will generate. Now the M by Z ratio here this is basically 29. So no other possibilities you will find in this fragmentation pathway of the N-butane. Now here you can see that I have said that the difference between the fragmented ion, that means the fragmented cation, is only 14 mass unit. So here this is the least one. You can see the mass is M by Z is 15. Now here M by Z, then the next bigger cation is the ethyl cation. M by Z ratio is 29. The difference is 14 mass unit. Again the other one, M by Z ratio is 43. The difference is 14 mass unit. So consecutively, when the fragmentation in the straight chain alkene will take place, then the M by Z ratio of the fragmented ion will be the 14 mass unit higher. So now in between this pathway you can see that this is the most stable one than this one. Okay. So this will be the strong peak. Then you will get the peak, this is also strong but less intense than this one, but this you will not get any fragmentation or the M by Z ratio in this range because the CH3 is not stable. Okay. So this is the general one specific example which shows the fragmentation of the straight chain alkane. Now I have showed the example with respect to the N-butane. In the case if the alkyl chain or the alkane is the long chain, if this is the long chain alkane like pentane, hexane and so on, heptane, octane, so on, in that case the base peak or the strong peak is generated at the M by Z ratio of the propyl cation, or it can be generated at the butyl cation. So here you can see this is methyl, ethyl, propyl. Now in between these three, this is the strongest, or this may be the base peak also. So the propyl ion or propyl cation is generally generated in the long chain alkane. So as for example, so for long chain alkane, base peak, that means the M by Z ratio, is generated with respect to propyl or butyl cation. So the example for the N-octane system, So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now in this system, we can think that this is say one fragmented pathway, this is another fragmented pathway, this is the third one, and say this is the fourth one. Rest of pathway, that means if I think like this way, that will be the symmetrical with the others, because this is the symmetrical alkane. So if I marking this 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 different fragmented pathway is the long chain alkane, and I am considering this is the molecular ion peak. So starting from the 1, from this 1, say if I consider this is the CH3 plus the rest of the alkane, that means the CH3 whole 5 CH2 dot. Next, the second pathway, by this one we can think this is the ethyl cation, CH3 CH2 plus dot. Now the third one, now this is the propyl, if this is the third one, now the last one, that is the fourth fragmented pathway, fourth one is the, you will get basically CH2 plus CH2 dot. Now in between these four possibilities, you know the stability order of the carbocation. This is not observable. You cannot see the fragmented pathway or M by Z ratio with respect to this one. You will, this is also not observable because these both are not stable, not so much stable. So in this case you will get only the mass spectra of the fragmented ion with respect to the third pathway, that is this is the propyl, and as I mentioned that in long chain alkane, propyl and butyl is the most strongest peak, or it may be the base peak, and this pathway is observed because it is butyl. And you can see that the M by Z ratio, if I consider that is the difference between the 14 mass unit, it is 15, it is 29, it is 43, and this one is the 57. So this is the series, the difference between the 14 mass unit. So this is the example for the straight chain alkane. Okay. Sorry. Now for the branched alkane system. In the branching system, for the long chain system, you have seen that there is only primary carbocation is generated. No chances of the formation of the secondary or tertiary carbocation. But in case of the branched alkane, the fragmentation will depend on the stability of the carbocation. That means if the branched chain alkane can form the 3-degree carbocation, then it will proceed via that pathway. If it can form the 2-degree, then it may also proceed via that way. And not only that, in case of the branched chain alkane, the stability of the carbocation as well as the stability of the radical is also important. So for branched chain, you have to consider the stability of cation and stability of radical. Both will be involved to predict the fragmentation pathway. So for a specific example like CH3 for isobutane, this is the example of the isobutane. This is now not the straight chain alkane, this is the long chain branched alkane. Now in this case, what will be the fragmentation pathway? So this is the molecular ion peak. Now in this case we can think either this can be fragmented from this side or this can be fragmented from this side. Rest of fragmentation will be same. So, we can consider this is say 1 and this is the 2. Now, if the fragmentation proceed via the pathway 1, so it will generate CH3 plus CH3 dot, because we know that the methyl cation is not so stable than the secondary carbocation, that means the isopropyl carbocation. So, this is the pathway 1, and if it follows the pathway 2, you will get plus H dot. Now, in between these two pathway, you can see this is the 2 degree carbocation and this is the 3 degree carbocation. Now, we know in between the 2 degree and 3 degree carbocation, this 3 degree is more stable than the 2 degree, but I mentioned that in this case you have to also consider the stability of the radical. Now, here you can see this is the methyl radical and this is the hydrogen radical, and in between methyl and the hydrogen radical, methyl is the more stable than the hydrogen. Now, here you can get that the combination of the 2 degree carbocation as well as the combination of the CH3 dot radical, that means this pathway is more facile than the 3 degree, but both fragmentation is possible, but in between these two, this pathway is more feasible than the 2. And if you calculate the M by Z ratio, here you will get the M by Z ratio at 43 and here you will get the M by Z ratio at 57. Again you can see the difference between these two M by Z ratio, 14 mass unit. So, that is also satisfied in the fragmentation of the alkane system. And now, as this is the most feasible pathway, so relative abundance of this carbocation will be more higher than the 3 degree carbocation. That means this should be the base peak, that means the highest intensity of the spectra, and the peak will be here strong, not the base, but it will be the strong peak. So, in the fragmentation of the isobutane, this will be the base peak at M by Z 43, this will be the strong peak, and you will also get the molecular ion peak. So, this is the example for the branched system. Now, another example for the branch system. So, CH3 and as I mentioned in the fragmentation pathway, generally we follow the most feasible pathway, that means the stability of the carbocation as well as the stability of the radical. CH3, CH3. So, this is another example of the branched hydrocarbon or branched chain alkane. So, if I consider this is the molecular ion peak and do the numbering 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, the IUPAC nomenclature will be 2, 2, 4 trimethyl pentane. Okay. So, in this case, what will be the fragmentation pathway or how you will show the fragmentation? Now, the most possible fragmented or fragmentation pathway will be from this side, because it can generate the tertiary butyl carbocation, and another one is the this one, because it can generate the secondary carbocation. We can think also that the methyl can be splitted here, but you know the methyl radical is not so stable, and here you will get the propyl radical. Propyl radical is more stable than the methyl. That's why I have chosen these two fragmentation pathway. So, if I consider this is 1 and this is 2. Now, in this case, if the fragmentation proceed via the path 1, then it will generate CH3 plus plus CH2 CH3 dot, okay. And if it follows the pathway 2, then it will generate. So this is that if I form the plus charge here, it is the 2 degree carbocation, and if I plus charge here, this is the 1 degree carbocation. So obviously the cation will form at this site. So this is the CH3 CH2 dot plus CH3 plus, this is the 2 degree carbocation and this is the 3 degree carbocation, and we know 3 degree carbocation is more stable than the 2 degree. Now you have to consider the other factor, that means the stability of the radical. Now in between these two radical, this is the more predominant, this is the predominant over this radical, okay. If there is the formation of the H dot, then obviously we consider that the 2 degree pathway is more stable than the 3 degree pathway. But here you can see that this radical almost their stability is almost comparable. So if their stability is almost comparable, then we have to consider only with respect to the cation, and here you know that the 3 degree carbocation is always stable than the 2 degree. So the M by Z at 57, this will be the base peak, and M by Z at 43, this will be the strong peak. The scenario is just now reversed, and you will also get the less intense molecular ion peak. So this is the these are the examples for the branch system as well as the straight chain system. Now for the cycloalkane system, what will be the scenario? For the cycloalkanes, generally how we will predict the fragmentation in the mass spectrometry, after observing the mass spectra and finding the relative intensity as well as the M by Z ratio, we predict the possible mechanism of the fragmentation. So first we do the fragmentation, then you will get the M by Z known, that is not necessary. By observing the spectral line in the mass spectrometry, we can predict the possible fragmentation. Not only that, there are other some feasible possibilities of the fragmentation. So you can also elucidate the M by Z ratio from the mass spectra. But for the cycloalkane system, you will always get the molecular ion peak. It is observable. And the other important parameter, that in cycloalkane system, here one neutral residue will leave the cycloalkane to generate the corresponding daughter ion. And the neutral residue in case of cycloalkane is leave, that is the alkene. So in cycloalkane system, when we bombard it in the high energy electron beam, obviously we will get the molecular ion peak, and in the ionization chamber, the cycloalkane always again it can eject the ethylene molecule, that is the neutral residue, from the system. So in the mass spectra, if this is the M by Z ratio having molecular mass at M, then after leaving the ethylene from the system, you will get another M by Z ratio having, so the mass of the alkene is 28 to 12 plus 12 24 and 4 hydrogen is there. So you will also get the M by Z ratio at this position. So what will be the, I will show this with respect to an example like cyclohexane system. So this one. So this is an example of the cyclohexane derivative. So this is the cycloalkane system basically. So you will get the molecular ion peak, fine. You will calculate the mass and write the M by Z ratio for the molecular ion peak. Now in this case, if I predict the fragmentation, you can see this is the combination of the cycloalkane as well as the long chain alkane. So one possibility is there, the simple fragmentation like the long chain alkane. That means we can consider that the fragmentation will take place at this part. So this can generate plus dot propyl radical and cyclohexyl carbocation. We can think that this is dot, this is plus, but the other one is this is plus, this one is dot. Now in between these two, this is the more stable carbocation than the propyl carbocation because this is a 2-degree carbocation. So this pathway is favorable. So we will get plus this one. So here the M by Z ratio is actually 83. So you will get another peak, and this is the stable one. This is a strong peak. You will get the M by Z ratio with respect to this cyclohexane carbocation, cyclohexyl carbocation. Now you know in the cyclohexane system molecular ion peak is present, okay, that is present, and also cyclohexane cyclohexyl carbocation is also present in by Z. Now the other thing is that there will be the fragmentation, and during this fragmentation the ethylene leaves the molecule. That means the neutral unit will leave the molecule to get another daughter ion. How it will leave the molecule? So we can think after formation of this cyclohexyl carbocation, we can think that this bond say is like breaking like this way, and simultaneously, sorry, not this bond, this bond is breaking and this bond is breaking. We are thinking like this way. So by breaking of this bond we can show that the dot is here, this dot is here. Similarly here dot and this is the dot. So we can write plus dot dot and here, or as a whole they can form the covalent bond and they can form the covalent bond. So we can write this is the cyclobutane and this is the ethylene molecule, and you know neutral molecule is mass inactive. So the mass unit will be 28, mass unit will be less of this fragmented ion. So if it is 83, you will get the M by Z ratio in 55. Okay, so this is the path. Now as I mentioned that the cycloalkane system can show this type of fragmentation, and you can see this is still a cyclic system and it is the cyclobutane ring. So when the cyclobutyl carbocation is formed, it can again show the fragmentation by eliminating another ethylene molecule. So how you will show the fragmentation? The same pathway. That means after formation of the butyl carbocation, this has the M by Z ratio at 55. We can think that this bond and this bond is breaking. So, dot dot, similarly dot dot. So, we can show that plus dot dot and this one, and finally they can form the covalent bond. So, this is the vinyl carbocation and you will get the CH2 CH2. So, again another equivalent of ethylene. So, 28 mass unit less. So, the M by Z will be at 27. So, this is the possible fragmentation of the cyclohexane system. Now, in this case you know that the vinyl carbocation is generally not stable. So, the intensity it will be the less intense, but this will be the strong peak, it will be the weak, but still the fragmentation you will get the M by Z ratio in the mass spectra, though it will be the weak, but still you will get the M by Z at 27. So, another possibilities of the cyclo, this is the possibilities, that means the formation of the cycle or the reduction of the ring by eliminating the ethylene. Now, another possibilities of this system we can show like this way. So, this is the molecular ion peak. Now, we can think that we can break the bond here and simultaneously break the bond here. So, this is dot 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 dot. So, we can write 2 radical will be here plus this is the radical cation and the 2 dot here. So, they can bind and they can bind. So, as a whole you will get from here the cyclobutane and here it will form the double bond. So, this is another pathway. So, you will get M by Z ratio for this residue. After formation of this, if I break the bond here, then next fragmentation. If I break the bond here, this is the allylic cleavage, because you know this bond is the allyl bond and we know the stability that the CH2 sorry plus this is the allyl carbocation and it is the stable carbocation. So, another fragmentation may possible here. So, after formation of this daughter ion you will get the M by Z ratio at here and then next fragmentation will take place. So, from this residue we can write it that it can generate allyl cation plus the ethyl radical. This is one pathway, or we can show that the allyl radical and ethyl carbocation. Now, in between these two, this is the more stable than the ethyl carbocation. So, for the allyl carbocation the M by Z ratio is at 41 and for the ethyl the M by Z ratio is at 29. So, in between these two you can see as this carbocation is more stable. So, this will be the strong peak and this will be the weak, but still the fragmentation will be proceed. So, these are the possibilities in the substitute. This is possible only for the substituted cycloalkane depending upon the stability of the fragmented ion. Then there are two possibilities. That one possibility is the elimination of the ethylene as the neutral molecule, and here you can see another possibilities of the elimination of the neutral cyclohexane butane residue. Okay, so these are the examples for the alkane system. Now what will be the fragmentation pathway for the alkene system? Generally we know the formula, general formula of alkene is CnH2n plus 2. So in case of alkene, sorry, CnH2n, CnH2n plus 2, that is for the alkane. We know this is the general formula of the alkene. So for the alkene, we will get the molecular ion peak, that means the M plus having mass CnH2n, we can get M plus 1 M by Z ratio, that means that CnH2n plus 1. So these two ion peak generally we get in case of the alkene. So starting from a specific example like this system. This is 2-hexene. In case of 2-hexene, as per the rule or as per the mass spectra, we will get that the M by Z ratio at 84, this is the molecular weight of this molecule, and we can also get the M by Z ratio at 85. This 85 is for M plus 1, and this is for only pure molecular ion peak. Now in this case, as you know, the fragmentation will proceed only when there is the chances of the formation of the stable carbocation as well as the radical. Now in case of simple ethylene, we know there is the no chances of the formation of the stable carbocation. But if it is the substituted alkene, like not propene, like from the butene. So here you can see this is the hexene system, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, this is 2-hexene. In this case, we can break this position, not this position. Why? Because by breaking of this bond, we can generate the vinyl cation or we can generate the vinyl radical. And you know that the both vinyl cation as well as radical, both are not stable. So only possibilities is to break the molecule or to show the fragmentation in this way. So here you can generate that it can generate either plus, and this is the ethyl radical, or you can generate dot plus ethyl cation. Now in between the two cation, this is the more stable because it is the resonance stabilized. Okay, so the pathway will follow this type of fragmentation. So in this case, the M by Z ratio you will find for this one is at the 55, and this will be the strong peak. Not only strong, it may be the base peak also due to the stability of the cation. And here you will find the M by Z ratio at 29, and this will be very weak. Okay, so this is the fragmentation pattern for the cyclohexene, for the alkene system. Now you know, in the cases mode of fragmentation, we have to check all the possibilities. Now here we will find, is there any gamma hydrogen is present, yes or no. So generally in this case, if I consider this is the double bond, and we will find the gamma hydrogen with respect to the double bond as I discussed in the last class. So with respect to this functional group, this is the alpha position, this is the beta position, and this is the gamma position. Gamma position means this is the CH3. So that means the gamma hydrogen is present. So there will be the McLafferty type rearrangement in the fragmentation. So you can show the formation or the molecule like this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here you can see this is the CH2, CH3, CH2H. So the McLafferty rearrangement will be the proceed via 6-membered cyclic transition state. So it will abstract hydrogen from here. This will form the double bond, and finally here is the formation of the new double bond. So we can write the structure. That means this hydrogen is attached here. Similarly, this will be the single bond, and this will be the newly formed double bond, and it is the radical cation, plus the rest of residue will leave as ethylene molecule. So M by Z you will get at 56. If you calculate the mass, you will get the M by Z ratio at the 56, and this is the again strong peak. So from a single molecule you can get the fragmentation like two different pathways. One is through McLafferty type, and another one is the simple fragmentation. Now other example of the alkene system is the aromatic one. That means for the benzene system. So this is the example. In this case, how we will show the most probable or the feasible fragmentation pathway. So this is the molecular ion peak. You will get the molecular ion peak, M by Z ratio with respect to this one, and M plus dot, that means the radical cation, it will be the strong. And you know alkene can also show M plus 1, it is also strong. So you will get these two peaks, fine. But apart from this, there will be the another chance of fragmentation, just similar like the previous example. In that case, this was the hexene system 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So similarly, we can isolate this one like the hexene type of system, 2 hexene type of system. So we will show the fragmentation here. So by this fragmentation, we can generate the benzyl carbocation. You know that the benzyl carbocation is a stable carbocation, plus this radical. Okay. So after formation of the benzyl carbocation, you know the M by Z ratio 91. You know it will be transferred to the tropylium carbocation. In the last class, I have shown the mechanism. From here, it can generate the tropylium carbocation because it is the aromatic carbocation. So M by Z ratio here is also 91. So you will get a single line with respect to the M by Z ratio 91, that is the strong peak. It may be with respect to the tropylium, or it may be with respect to the benzyl, but you will get the single line because there is no reduction of the mass. Now you know after formation of the, so this is the base peak. After formation of the tropylium carbocation, there will be elimination of the alkyne. In the last class, I have shown the mechanism. So alkyne means, that means acetylene will leave this system, so it can generate cyclopentadienyl carbocation. Okay. and here will be the reduction of mass, that is the 26 mass unit reduction, and for this cyclopentadienyl you will get the mass at the 65. So you know when this will generate such cation, there will be the generation of the metastable ion peak, because this is the stable one and this is generated from a stable carbocation. So metastable ion peak will generated at the 65 square, the mass of this residue divided by the mass of the previous one, that means the 91. So 46.4. It is also strong, but instead of getting the line spectra you will get the broad band. Okay, so this is the most possible or most feasible pathway in the cyclo, that means the benzene content benzene derivative system. Now in this case you have to look into the matter, that is there any chances of the McLafferty type rearrangement, yes or no, in the molecule, parent molecule. So in the parent molecule, so if this is the structure, this is the structure, here you can see we have to find the gamma hydrogen is present, yes or no. Now here you can see this is the 2-hexene type of system, and you have found that the 2-hexene contains the gamma hydrogen. So with respect to this double bond, this is alpha, beta, gamma, and it contains the hydrogen. So there will be the McLafferty type rearrangement also. So you will get, this is the path. So hydrogen will be shifted here, and it will double bond will be now become single bond, and here is the formation of the new carbon carbon double bond, and finally you will get 2-butene as a neutral residue here, and getting the M by Z ratio at 92, and this is also strong peak. Okay, so these are the most possible or most probable pathway in the cyclohexene, in the alkene type of system. Now the last one for the hydrocarbons, saturated as well as unsaturated hydrocarbons, that is the alkyne. The general formula of the alkyne, you know, it is CnH2n minus 2. So here again just similar like the alkene, you will get the strong molecular ion peak from this residue, and you can also get the strong, now in this case M minus 1, this peak, not N plus 1, that is CnH2n minus 1, this ion you will get in the mass spectra. And apart from this, the rest of fragmentation will be similar like the previous one. So just for example, CH2, CH2, CH3. In this case, you will get the M by Z at 68, okay, as well as you will get the M by Z at 67. This is for the molecular ion, and this is for the M minus 1 cation. Now apart from this M by Z ratio, the fragmented pathway will be like this, that we can generate the plus radical plus charge here, because we know the stability, this is the another stable carbocation. So from here the fragmentation will be CH2 plus dot. So the M by Z ratio will be get at 39. This is the strong peak, and you can also get the M by Z ratio by forming the ethyl cation and the radical here, and M by Z as at 29, but this is weak, not so much strong due to the stability of the carbocation. Now last questions for today's discussion, that say in a question like in 2-pentyne mass spectrum, shows the M by Z ratio at the corresponding value. Say M by Z 68, this is strong. Say M by Z 67, this is also strong. M by Z 53, this is strong. Strong means the intensity of the peak. And finally M by Z at 39, this is also strong. Now 2-pentyne means CH2, CH2, CH3. Okay, so this is not 2-pentyne, this is actually 1-pentyne. So in this case 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the previous example basically, the 68 for the molecular ion peak, the 67 for the M minus 1 cationic peak, the 53 is the fragmentation of this one. Okay, that means you will get the cationic peak here. 2-pentyne is this one. This is 2-pentyne. CH3, C triple bond C, CH2, CH3. So you will get 68 for the molecular ion peak, you will get 67 for the less of one hydrogen, you will get 53 due to the fragmentation. So here the fragmentation will be like 2-pentyne means CH3, C triple bond C, CH2, CH3. So here we can show the fragmentation from this side, not this side, because this is the plus charge here and you know the plus charge at the triple bond stable. So obviously this will be the fragmentation. So we can generate CH3, C triple bond C, CH2 plus CH3. Okay, so the M by Z ratio at the 48 here. Okay, so this is the example where you can find the M by Z ratio having different values. And now the last example, that is the gamma hydrogen abstraction, is also possible in the alkyne system, is if the orientation is like this way. Say in this case hydrogen CH2. Now this is the triple bond. With respect to this triple bond, we have to find the gamma hydrogen. So CH2, say alpha, beta, gamma. This is the hydrogen. That means the structure here, C triple bond C, CH2, CH2, CH3 for the 1-pentyne. In this system, it will abstract the hydrogen from here it can generate the double bond here, and finally there is the formation of the new double bond. So, by this fragmentation you will get C hydrogen hydrogen, this will now becomes the double bond, this is carbon, this becomes the double bond, and this is the hydrogen. So, basically this is the alene system, and here you will get the M by Z ratio at 40. So, these are the examples for the hydrocarbons. So, in next class we will discuss on the alcohol system.